Hi, and welcome back to Magic in the Muck. I'm so glad you're here. Today, we're going to be stepping into a deeper rhythm of transformation. A rhythm that doesn't always move in straight lines, but in spirals. This rhythm invites us to trust the turns and the not so clear places. And to understand that true healing isn't a one-time fix, but a living cycle. If you're anything like me, you might be wondering, how do I actually sustain the changes and shifts within me? How do I make sure that this transformation sticks and grows and becomes part of my everyday life? Not just something that I feel in bursts or on good days. That's what we're going to be exploring in today's episode. I want to invite you into a way of seeing transformation, not as a straight line from broken to fixed, but more as a spiral, a living, breathing path that circles back on itself again and again, each time bringing you deeper, fuller, and wiser. And yes, sometimes it brings us right back into the mess. Those times when we think, wait a second, I thought I was done here. I thought I had learned the lesson. I thought I was past this. You've done the therapy, you read the books, and done the self-reflection. And this can feel frustrating, even disheartening. But what if, in those moments, you paused and asked, what is this experience here to teach me? What lesson is waiting to unfold? Why is this happening for me instead of why is this happening to me? In this episode, I want to share with you how transformation really unfolds, not just in theory, but in lived experience. We'll explore the spiral path and the deeper wisdom within Virginia Satir's stages of change, how this all ties into the soul compass that you've heard me speak about throughout this podcast. Because here's the truth. Change is rarely linear. It doesn't arrive on schedule. It doesn't always make sense at first glance. But if you know how to read the signs, if you understand the terrain, there's so much magic to be found in the muck. So let's begin. Why does transformation sometimes feel like we're circling back? Have you ever had those moments where you thought, wait, I've already dealt with this. Why is it coming up again? I hear this quite often. In fact, just recently, a client of mine came to a session feeling raw and shaken. She'd been thrown back into deep waves of anger and shame and despair linked to old childhood wounds. Emotions and her way of experiencing herself that she thought she had healed years ago. She felt frustrated, like she was set back. But when we slowed down and grounded into present time, breathing compassion into her body and giving her nervous system space to land, something softened. And she brightened, realizing that she wasn't going back. She was spiraling deeper, not repeating, but deepening. She was able to realize the place where she is at now, presently, and connect with her strength and her courage and all the resources within that had contributed to her healing journey to this point. Realizing that she wasn't back at the same place again, but revisiting from a new place and able to anchor in her present day experience to deepen the healing of past impacts. So this is the nature of transformational work. It moves like a spiral, not a straight staircase. We revisit old layers from a new vantage point, a new level of consciousness. And when you know that that's what's happening, it can actually feel empowering instead of defeating. Virginia Satir, one of my greatest influences, mapped out 7 key stages in the process of change. And when you lay them on the spiral, they come alive. We have the status quo, that comfort zone, what's familiar, predictable. Even if it's painful, we have a tendency to be drawn to what's predictable and safe. And then along comes a disruption, a foreign element, a diagnosis, a loss, a change, even when it's positive change, a sudden truth that can shake your world. This brings chaos, where the old ways no longer work. You might feel lost, untethered, uncertain, but this is sacred ground, opening up limitless possibilities within the unknown. Virginia Satir would say that chaos is essential for change. What it does is it shakes up the system, allowing for transformation, where the alchemy begins. Something new is born in you, not just a shift in behavior, but in your being, your very way of being. With transformation, for it to be sustainable, the integration part is so important. And this is where we start weaving our new awarenesses and our new ways of being into our body, into our choices and our relationships. With this comes practice, repetition to strengthen the new neural pathways from these new ways of being, repetition, realignment. This isn't a rushed process. And with all this, we come to a new status quo, a new normal that's rooted in deeper truth, until the spiral invites you further the next time another disruption or foreign element comes along. Each time that we move through this cycle, we're invited to surrender what no longer fits and to rise into deeper integrity with our soul. So, how do we sustain transformation once we've tasted something new? Here's the honest truth. The old patterns don't disappear overnight. The muck still shows up. But what changes is our relationship with it. This is why practice matters. Those daily rituals or soulful check-ins, embodied pauses. Practices like placing your hand on your heart before responding, or asking, what does my soul want to say yes to today? Even what does my soul want to say no to today? Sitting in silence during transition seasons, letting your wisdom rise from within. The spiral invites us to come back again and again. And when we overlay this with the soul compass, we get a powerful map. The East for vision and new beginnings, the South for growth and action, the West for release and integration, and North for stillness, mystery, and wisdom. Trust the rhythm. Sometimes the foreign element that shakes the status quo isn't something that we would choose. My own MS diagnosis was that for me. It was a jarring wake-up call that forced me to listen more deeply to my body, to get radically honest about alignment, and to return to my own inner compass. It was chaotic at times, but it also became and has become sacred. The spiral path has taught me again and again that transformation isn't about controlling the outcome. It's about surrendering to the mystery with intention. It's about learning to recognize the invitations hidden inside disruption. And it's about honoring where you are, even when you can't see what's next. If you're feeling like you're cycling through something again, know this: you are not failing. You're spiraling toward truth. That old wound that keeps showing up for you, it's inviting deeper healing. And that stuckness, it's the edge of a new becoming. The chaos is fertile ground for new life. The Soul Compass Circle, the retreat and membership space that I'll be opening soon, is designed to hold this spiral with care, to walk with you through the seasons, and to help you recognize the sacred in your own change process. This podcast is your entry point, but it's only the beginning. If this episode has landed with you, I'd love to invite you to take a next step. You can download the free Inner Compass Attunement Meditation in the show notes. This is a simple way to come back home to yourself anytime. Or you might want to join the Magic in the Muck Facebook community where we share, support, and grow together. And if you feel called to go deeper, stay tuned for upcoming retreats and offerings where we can walk the spiral path together in person and online. So I want to leave you with a question. Where are you on the spiral path right now? Are you in a new beginning, in the chaos of not knowing, in integration and practice, or resting in stillness and reflection? Whatever season you're in and wherever you are, this is an invitation to trust the process. Even when the path feels unclear, your soul's compass knows the way. And it's there within you to help navigate the twists and turns. If you've been resonating with these first 5 episodes, stay tuned. My first guest interview drops next week with the amazing Monique MacDonald, a Grammy-nominated opera singer turned life coach known as the Magnetic Voice Mentor. I can't wait to share this interview with you. We will explore visibility, vulnerability, and how your voice, your real embodied soul-aligned voice, is a compass all its own. There's so much more to come. Interviews, solo episodes, and invitations into deeper practice. Thank you for walking this spiral path with me. And thank you for remembering that even here, even now, there is magic in the muck. Thank you for being here with me on Magic in the Muck. If today stirred something in you and you're ready to walk this path more deeply, I invite you to join the Soul Compass Circle, a journey of reflection, connection, and soul-aligned living. You don't have to do this alone. Just visit the link in the show notes to step into the circle. I look forward to meeting you there.
I'm Michelle Abraham, founder of the High Vibe Podcast Network, and we're honored to have Jennifer Nagel's show Magic in the Muck as part of our network family. For more inspiring shows like this one, visit highvibepodcastnetwork.com, and don't forget to grab your free gifts from our hosts in the gift fold. Stay high vibe and keep sharing your light.